Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another Toon Kind at 12 FPS. This is Past Cinders. My name is Mira, and I will be playing Sammy Jax today. And with me is the very wonderful.
Hi, I'm KT, and I'm going to be playing Sasha Jax. Oh, wiggle. They baby.
Hey, baby, because this is a flashback episode.
And full of trauma.
Mm hmm.
Please mind the trigger warnings, it's going to be a heavy one.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very heavy FPS because we are going to be flashbacking to some past events that have shaped both characters. All right.
Your turn.
Yep, I am putting on my DM pants for this. Okay.
Pants? How dare you?
Okay, we're going to start off initially in the present. Our camera focuses in on a certain red phone box as it drifts through space, and the people
Thought it was
inside.
green. I'm so
Katie,
sorry. I am hyper. I'm going to be quiet.
I love you. I grab your lips and zip them closed. Okay. As this red phone box drifts through space, our camera zooms in through the door, past its walls, and transitions into a crowded, pillow filled room that we last saw with Sasha, Coriolis, Seeker, Amber, Box, all of them asleep. And Sasha, this is the point in time where you were asleep too. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Will do. Let me get her adult stats up.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that I was planning on doing this.
Oh, no, it only takes 2 seconds. Oh, okay, sorry. I had a timer going off. Um, wisdom save?
Yes, a wisdom save.
There it is. I forgot she leveled up. Oh, that's 7. Okay, cool. 17. I thought it was a nat 1 for a second. I'm like, I forgot I was rolling in the app. I will try to do it more in the
As long as you just put down the number, which you did, it'll be fine. Okay. With a 17, uh, you. It doesn't start off as a nightmare. This memory that is starting to work its way out of the silence. It's evening, dark, hot. It's summer. You can hear cicadas buzzing in the trees. Not quite yet asleep. But despite how hot you are, you remember how cold you feel. As you shift in sleep and try to snuggle closer to some of your friends that you've made in the present, we zoom in on your face as it twitches in sleep. And then we pull out to a very sleepy, much younger Sasha with white hair instead of black. And I'm going to need baby Sasha to roll me perception.
little baby Sasha. Let me get hers up. Don't worry, this is really easy for me to do, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
Perception. Hey, wanna know what's funny? It's a it's a 17.
Okay. With another 17, you don't hear the door open. The door is very silent as it slowly creeps open. And a familiar bald head peeks through the door frame. But you do hear the whispered, "Sha, sha, sha,
Sammy, come on.
sha, sha."
She pulls open her covers and gestures him to come.
He wiggles his way into your your lap and just burrows his face into your side and just gives you a really good hug.
Despite him being a few years younger, he is much bigger than her in my mind.
Yeah, they're both kind of small still because they're
When I say
childlike.
bigger, I guess I mean like linkier, like taller.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm just kind of. Sammy's been when he's 10, he is still very small in my brain.
Same with Sasha.
Okay. Just so we're on the same page.
Hey, does he have his stuffed animal with him?
Yes, he does have his stuffed animal with him.
What is it again?
Oh gosh, I can't remember. I know we talked about it once upon a time and I cannot remember.
Go with your impulse. What do you want it to be?
Rabbit.
Yeah,
Got
I
a
think it was a rabbit.
Yeah, I think it was a stuffed rabbit. It's got a little
And
white
once again,
stuffed rabbit.
I think did Sasha just have a classic teddy bear or was it something else?
I
Oh no,
think
it was a duck.
it was a duck.
It was a stuffed duck. Was it pink?
I don't remember what color it was. This was when we first were hashing them out.
I think it was like pink or yellow or something, maybe both.
That makes sense.
You know.
So
Ducky.
yeah, you've just got a little, well, not little compared to you. You've got a lanky little boy squirming into your lap and into your bed and underneath the covers and squeaking at how cold your skin is. He is
Does she
very
cuddle?
warm. He
Does
is
she press her
very
face
warm.
against yeah, she's like, warm, cuddle, snuggle. They have to do this because their parents aren't necessarily too keen on them sharing a room anymore
Yep,
due to past
unfortunately.
incidents. I'm sorry, Sasha and Sammy.
Yep. He just snuggles in and just melts with a soft little sigh because this is his Sasha.
I think she kisses his forehead and snuggles in and makes sure he has his bunny and tucks the blankets in around them and quickly falls back to sleep unless Sammy does something.
He doesn't. He's very content to just snuggle into Sasha, just safe, safe,
Safe.
safe and content and warm. Kind of cold because Sasha is cold.
Sasha is cold.
Yep. And this part of the dream passes easily. It's not a nightmare. It's not. It's just your brother snuggling in close. The dream morphs and blurs as dreams are wont to do, as memories are wont to do. And the day passes normal. You don't really remember, you don't dream anything really out of the ordinary. Your parents pull you aside after breakfast and you start the family work.
They do that during summer, right?
Yes, this is during the summer.
Okay.
And You're exhausted by dinner time, Sasha. Sammy is too, but not as much as you are.
She's probably sent to bed pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. However, you do have dinner before then, and Sammy had finished by noon, so he's very eager to see you at the dinner table because you've been in that room on that table for hours, longer than he has. And he wants to make sure that you're okay, and he just kind of slides a little under the table, so all you can really see is the top of his head, and his foot kind of just lightly poke your foot.
She kind of stirs and gives a small smile and poke back.
The little head that you can see is just shaded yellow.
She is a sunny green.
And he just kind of peeks up his white eyes from behind the table and go, "Sha, you okay?"
Tired.
Oh,
Her
sorry.
red eyes are a little dull.
His shading goes blue. And he looks where your parents are both kind of in discussion, poring over some paperwork, as they're wont to do, especially in the summer months, as they're trying to calculate how much will be needed for the rest of the year. And Miss Nana is sitting on Sammy's left, and she just kind of smiles at both of you. It's a tired smile.
What's her son? Can Sasha do an insight?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be intentional or not.
Yep, go ahead and do an insight.
I kid you not, she rolled a 19.
Oh,
Plus things. So it's a 25.
okay, okay, all right. How to flavor this? When Nana smiles at you, she's tired. That is genuine. The smile itself, it's not very genuine. You remember with kind of sinking feeling how she looked at both you and Sammy after Sammy had broken her wrist. She's real kind, and yet a Toon who was 7 had broken her wrist.
Remind me, is she real kind or Toon?
Miss Nana is real kind.
That's right. What
She's
kind of real
human.
kind?
She's human.
Human. I think Sasha hasn't trusted Miss Nana ever since that incident, not fully, and she just kind of shrinks.
You also, with a 25, get. You feel a stillness in the air. Like the heavy, wet sensation of a calm before the storm. And you kind of smell a hint of petrichor also. Which is weird because there's no storm clouds in the sky.
I think that Sasha kind of looks at Sammy and, do you think they'd have a little bit of a nonverbal cue
Yeah.
to meet up?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I feel like after dinner she just says, make sure to come to her room tonight.
Mm-hmm. There's just a quiet little nod from Sammy. Dinner, it's pretty uneventful after that kind of moment. The time blurs and morphs again, and you are in your bedroom. I know I had her sheet. Give me a sec. Just
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
realized that I did not. Oh, okay. So she's not in Dungeon Masterful. Okay, that's fine. Let me just pull up the stat.
Mood.
Okay. Yeah. Just gonna use the passive. Um, Sasha, I'm just going to say you're awake at this point because you signaled Sammy he was going to meet you.
Despite being tired, she still struggles with sleep.
And you see Sammy quietly slip through the door, not as quiet as he can be, and it's evidenced by the light lilac shading, and he's like, I nearly bumped into Miss Nana.
She kind of gets a bit of a purple swirl and gestures for him to come.
He scurries over to the bed and just tucks himself into her side.
I'm worried that Miss Nana isn't. Just be careful around her, okay?
Fine.
I don't trust her.
His shading goes gray, but she works for Mama and Papa.
She left once before. I don't trust her, Sammy. Just be careful, okay?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I just have a hunch.
Okay.
Sammy would know that her hunches are usually right.
Mm-hmm. He just hugs you tighter, Sasha, and just kind of quietly goes, what do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know. She just seems different.
He kind of just looks down and hugs
I
his
don't
lips.
think it's your fault. That's okay.
But I heard her, didn't I?
Kid, but sometimes things happen. You're just a kid.
I think she was really scared.
Probably.
Sasha, roll me perception.
Will do. That is a 12.
Okay. It's a scent that you've smelled before with the fireplaces around. Some of the campfires that Miss Nana would set when you were traveling to the sister city of Hitoyama from Haku, and when you were traveling with Mama and Papa and Miss Nana to your summer manor home in Furuma. And it's a little weird, but with a 12, you don't quite think that much of it at first. But there is smoke, the scent of smoke in the air.
Sammy,
Yeah?
do you smell that?
What is your perception, my son? Your perception is a +5. Okay. With a 14, he tilts his head up and sniffs the air, and his eyes widen, and his shading goes dark purple, and he grabs your hand and goes, Sha, dude, I smell smoke.
I think she tries to climb out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
She touches the doorknob.
Okay. The doorknob is hot.
Okay. It's a D200.
I was seeing how much the HP of the house was already up in flames.
That's fair. I think it burns her hand, and she pulls back, like, and she looks outside the window.
It is very smoky.
Sammy,
I don't like this.
we gotta get outside.
Okay. He looks wildly around for an exit, and his
The window.
oh, with a dirty 20. Okay. He actually spots a doorway that you had kind of just had blended in with the rest of the wood. And he points it out to you, and you suddenly realize that's a hidden passage. And as Sammy touches the wood and pries it open, you realize it's not touched by the fire.
I think she grabs Bunny and Ducky and Sammy's hand and starts trying to be like, we gotta go.
Okay,
It's too hot.
okay. But Mama and Papa, where are they?
I don't know, but if we go out that door, we won't be safe.
He just makes a little distressed noise and then just tugs on your hand and starts running forward through the path in the passage.
You are faster than your sister.
Yeah. And I think after a moment of basically tugging you along so fast that you're stumbling, he stops and turns around.
She's winded.
And I'm not going to roll for strength for this, just because.
She weighs like nothing.
Yeah, and also this is of narrative importance. Uh, he picks you up and puts you on his back, and then starts running again.
I feel like the corridor is starting to fill with smoke.
It is. And you can hear the crackle of flames behind you.
Sammy, don't look. Just keep going, okay?
Okay. Right or left? There's two passages that are going, that kind of fork away.
What does a 15 insight get her?
A 15 gets you that left goes deeper into the house, right goes out towards the forest. because your
Right.
room was facing the forest and there's nothing else.
Go right.
Oh, okay. And he pivots right and continues running. Now I just need to make a dex. Where's dex? Okay, that's a +2. Okay, that tracks. That fits into the narrative. The fire has been crackling and crackling, and all of a sudden, Sammy trips on something. You're not entirely sure what, but you both go tumbling further down this passageway. And as you kind of roll to a stop, you look up and you realize that the fire has caught up much faster than you were expecting. There's something odd about this fire.
Mm.
It almost seems alive.
What color is it? Is it multicolored?
I was honestly just picturing it was a
Normal color.
normal fire color.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying like a visual picture. I think she I'm gonna roll a con just to see if she got bruised.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 21, so I feel like the adrenaline is helping her get through things, and she
Mm-hmm.
kind of uh skitters towards Sammy and checks on him.
His ankle's like slightly scratched up. You realize, looking back, as the fire kind of starts to loom and twist towards you both, that there was not necessarily a rotted piece, but some of the floorboards are already kind of dissolving into ash before they're even lit. And Sammy's foot had gone through.
I think she just kind of roll strength or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
I think she got a 3 minus 2. That's a 1. She tries to rip her clothes to bandage it and can't, and so just holds his ankle and I think instinctively casts cure wounds.
Okay. I'm not gonna have you like roll for it because I didn't even really take any damage away from Sammy, but you watch as your desire to heal Sammy rushes through you with a gentle coolness that you aren't quite sure where it comes from, honestly. But it feels safe, like when you're resting underneath the shade and watching Sammy chase butterflies.
Sammy, does it still hurt? We gotta go.
No, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I can win. And he gets up and tugs you forward and starts running again.
How's the ceiling?
Just gonna 1 second. How much was taken away? Mother Pecker, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, because I can't do mental math. Gosh dang it. Forgot the other. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys are running, there's this groaning, crackling creak. and the passageway above you starts to give. I want you to roll me a dex-based roll.
That is an 8.
Okay, all right. This is mainly because I know Sasha
Mm-hmm.
what Sasha will be willing to do for Sammy. What happens is the flames roar, the beams already aflame crash down, and you consider jumping out of the way. And then you realize that would leave Sammy alone, and he hasn't realized what is coming from above. And you jump and cover him with your own body as this flaming wreckage crashes down. And this flame that you swear is alive rushes over you. And it consumes your leg, it consumes your arm. But it doesn't touch some of the other parts. And then, with this deafening whoosh, everything is still. There are still the cracks and rustles of fires elsewhere, but where you and Sammy are is suddenly just cooling ash.
I'm gonna mark off that other spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know what happened, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. And Sammy kind of just starts coughing and squirming underneath you and goes, Sasha? Sasha, you okay? Sha?
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We gotta go. Can you hold me? Are
Yeah,
you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay. What's it?
She's holding your face with her left hand because her right arm is all sorts of colors and bleeding and cracked,
Mm-hmm.
as
It
well
smells
as her other leg.
It smells like burning paper.
Mm-hmm. There's little flakes of her coming off.
Oh, oh no, 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 you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay.
I'm gonna
And,
be just fine. We're gonna be just fine. We gotta go though, okay? Before the rest of the tunnel comes down. Can you do that?
yeah, I can do that, I can do that. Okay,
Um, Sammy
he,
feels a bit of a calm. Still frustrated, like still panicked, but she doesn't realize she's casting guidance.
he sucks in a deep breath and goes, okay, we're gonna be okay. I'm going to get you out of here, Sasha. I'm gonna get you out.
Yeah, but I know you will. Let's go, okay?
And
We just
he
she
stands
kisses
up
your
and he puts you on his back again. He's covered in soot and ash. He goes. Time blurs for you, Sasha. You don't know if it's because of the dream, because of how much agony you're in, but suddenly you can hear the nighttime sounds around you. And you're on a hill, far, far away from the house. That dreaded, awful horrible house, that manor. Something makes both of you look back. And you can see the house as it burns. But you can also see figures. Dark, shrouded figures pulling out your mom and dad from the fire. They're alive, but they're not well. And Sasha, you suddenly realize maybe it wasn't Miss Nana. Maybe it was these people.
Do they seem untrustworthy?
Oh, the silence is screaming that for you to go.
We gotta go.
And Sammy whisks you away deeper into the forest that surrounds the manor.
She clings to him. I think those are the bad people Mama and Papa talk about.
Then we're gonna we're gonna stay away from them.
Mama and Papa got taken out. We'll find them later, okay? We gotta go.
We're gonna find a place where you can heal. It's gonna be okay.
We just have to keep going, Sammy. I'll be fine, okay? We just have to go as far as we can.
We'll find a ship in Earlstown and we'll go. We'll go back to we'll go back to
Einquo.
yes, and we'll go home. We'll find Haku. We'll grab our stuff from Haku, and then maybe we can go to Toontown.
Maybe just somewhere. We'll find somewhere.
And you keep going until you reach Earlstown. It's been days of travel. Sammy is so exhausted. Sasha. He's been traveling day and night trying to get you to Earlstown, to a ship.
She keeps trying to help him go, but she's tired and hurt. Her arm and leg hurt too much to use. They're starting to blister badly.
Sammy, while you had been traveling, had had ripped the bottom of his kimono and gently had tried to cool down the wounds with some stream water.
She got a dirty 20 on medicine, so I think she's walking him through what to do.
Good. Your arm and leg are wrapped in these makeshift bandages. So the blisters in the skin, they're taken care of. Yeah, taken care of to the extent that you can right now while you're still on the move. And you get to Earlstown. It's as chaotic as ever. And Sammy sticks to the alleyways, to the shadows.
I think she tries to keep her wounds clean with prestidigitation. That's a Toon cantrip. She tries to clean them up a little bit, but they keep getting dirty. So very tired.
Yeah, and it's right around the time when both of you are about to faceplant from exhaustion, a man shows up. Gentle demeanor, smiling face. And here's where I take some of the DM reins. Just a little.
I mean, Sasha's delirious, so go for it.
Because this man, unbeknownst to both of you, is Simon Sinclair. And he casts Charm Person on you both. And he gently walks you through the streets to an apartment, sets you both down on the couch, tends to your wounds, Sasha. And it is colored with soft yellow hues of this magic that this man wields. It coats your senses, overwhelms the silence that would be screaming for you to run. And it makes you trust him. Trust him when you know with all your might that you should not, especially with what had happened days ago. And it's a moment that would seem unremarkable to anyone except to Jax. When he takes out a little, what's the word? A little letter knife. Barely sharp enough to prick skin, but enough to just prick and pull out a single drop on Sammy's finger. And the enchantment shatters for both of you. He has just enough time to sample the ink, to know that you two are the real deal, just like your parents, before it breaks for you, and you realize, oh, this man is someone you should never have trusted, and would have never trusted without the aid of magic.
Something inside of her spikes, and her adrenaline is all she can feel as she jumps on him and starts scratching and biting and tells Sammy to run as far away as he can.
He's out the window. He
She definitely gets a good
jumps.
bite in.
Where do you bite?
She tries to bite his neck.
Okay.
She knows
Roll.
enough about medicine. That's a vein.
Roll me a d20.
Okay.
Like, roll me an unarmed strike.
Yeah. Let me see her stats for that. It doesn't do any damage, but if it's her teeth.
Well, it's her teeth. I'm going to say it does do damage.
That is a nat 20.
Okay.
She just feral bite
Okay. All right.
as hard as she can.
With a nat 20, you canonically now have taken out a chunk of this man. And he goes down and then just smacks you across the room. Because he is so much bigger than you, Sasha.
She glares and spits out whatever she has in her mouth.
It's bloody. Tastes gross, like iron. Ick.
Is ick. but she don't care. She's trying to get up, and I don't think she can.
And I gotta check and see if I have Sinclair's sheet. Do I have your sheet, Sinclair?
I'm so sorry, but all I can think now is when she remembers this and speaks to his ghost, it's like, hey, remember the time I bit you? Bitch.
He sure does. He's just like, Wince, I am so sorry. um, you make a make a con save.
That is a 13.
Okay, that unfortunately does not make it. You
That makes sense.
feel this horrible, stinging sensation spread from your mouth, go down into your veins, and you can feel it spreading through your body like poison. And you fall fully prone, because I imagine you're kind of propped up on your good arm.
Yeah, she was trying.
While twitching from this magic, this awful necromantic magic, as it courses through you, and you see his feet approach, and then your good arm and your bad arm are wrenched behind your back, and you are restrained.
She cries. It hurts.
At this point in time, Sinclair does not care for your tears.
She's trying to move and can't. She hurts too much.
From his pocket, a pinch of sand is thrown into your eyes. And suddenly you are asleep. When you next wake up in this dream memory, you are in a cage. Your wounds have been tended to, but you are no longer free. But you know with certainty that Sammy is. Because he would be right next to you if he wasn't.
She curls in and just lays down and waits.
And it's that sensation of waiting that wakes you. And your mind whirls. Well, actually, you don't actually wake. Instead, that waiting morphs into a familiar scene. One of the forest clearings near the summer manor, where you and Sammy would sometimes be able to sneak off to when Miss Nana wasn't looking, when you were younger. And there's a little Sammy, Rage, looking into a stream. And you realize Rage is stuck at the same age as Sammy. of how Sammy was right before the fire.
He was younger.
He was little, but now he's 10. There's been an age shift. And you watch as Rage grabs a pebble and throws it into the stream, and there's splash, 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 splash of fish freaking out and swimming away.
What does she look like when she walks over and looks in the stream?
What would she want to be looking like?
She doesn't know.
In that case, white hair, red eyes. Right before the fire, echoing Sammy.
I think she sits down next to him and hugs her knees and just looks at him and says, "You okay?"
Mad that you told me to run.
What did you want me to do?
Wanted you to come with me.
I couldn't move. All I could do was make sure you got away. We wouldn't have both been able to.
It's not fair.
Of course it isn't. No one said it was.
Could have carried you.
Would you have been able to carry us both?
Yes.
Maybe. We don't know. All I know is that if our positions had been switched, you would have done the same.
A low, upset groan as Rage flops into your lap.
She strokes his head and kisses his forehead. Of course you would have done the same. We're siblings. I wish I could have gone with you too, but I never would have done anything different for my little brother.
Just wish it had been different.
You were a child.
We were both children.
Which is why I didn't do anything different either. All I wanted was my brother to be safe. And you listened to me because you learned to listen. Maybe that was right, maybe it was wrong, but it is what it is.
I wanted you safe.
You would have fought too much in captivity. Or been broken like you are now.
I hate him.
Which one?
Sinclair.
Well, that version is long dead.
Didn't want Sammy to save him.
I know.
Wanted him dead.
Isn't it better to live and suffer? Isn't it better for him to have tried to take everybody down with him so that nobody else had to be separated? Isn't that a better revenge? Redemption hurts. A longer pain than death.
Yes. I just wanted it over.
Easy answers usually hurt more.
I don't know if I'll ever not be angry.
There's different ways to be angry, Sammy. And is it anger or is it hurt?
I can't be both.
It can. I hope one day you don't have to be as angry, or that your anger is something that doesn't control you. That it doesn't hurt you.
It hurts.
Maybe one day it won't.
It's been almost 21 years.
Have you had any stability in that amount of time? Have you had any time to process and heal? Have you had the support you've needed to do so?
Started to.
Yeah, it started to. And you started working on getting better.
Started to, and then we fucked it up.
How did we fuck up?
It's too trusting. You trust too much.
You've always been trusting.
And it got us into this mess.
It did. But it's not your fault that somebody tried to kill you, to try to capture you, to do any of that. In a good world, being trusting isn't bad.
We're not in a good world. We're in an awful, horrible, stupid world that breaks us. Always.
Sammy, or would you rather say rage?
When we broke, I broke cursing. Broke cursing his name. Not Valari, but Sammy. He's the one who put us in this stupid mess. You would think, after everything, that he would not be stupid enough to trust.
It came from hope.
What good hope is when everything is always going to crush you.
Have I? Has the professor?
What good
The
is
world may be harsh, but you can find people who will still try. It's never gonna be perfect. I'm so sorry.
maybe someone should make it perfect.
Do you think that would make people happy?
Stop breaking people.
No, it would just break them in a new way, Sammy. You know that. Sorry,
Huh.
right?
He kind of just glares off into the distance.
What
I can't.
does winning look like to you?
can't see why hope should even exist. Why should anyone want to keep what is the point of this? What all of this?
Ah, the big questions. What do you want the answer to be?
I want he frowns.
What do you want? What does an ending you want look like? Pain?
No,
What then?
I want everyone who would hurt or crush or do anything like what's been done. I want them all gone. I want there to be no opportunity for any of them to come back.
What does gone mean for you?
No chance of resurrection. No chance running into them in the street or in a building or for the plot to drag them back up because you need information or something tied to them. I want it all gone.
The Toon trade?
All of it.
What does all of it mean?
I want a world where no one has to go through what we did. I don't.
Some would call that a hope.
What I want isn't going to happen.
Why not?
Because people are selfish and cruel.
So you should give up? You want to lose without trying? Isn't that what they would want? To have beaten you? You're not
Good.
even gonna fight back?
I don't do any good.
You're young and unpracticed.
21.
And the professor's 700. What's your point?
We're never going to be powerful enough to stop anything.
Oh, I didn't know you had divination powers. She boops your nose.
He punches you in the side.
Ow.
I'm sorry,
Because you don't know.
this is rage. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. She just pouts, if anything. She goes, you don't know everything.
Neither do
You haven't
you.
even tried. Exactly, that's the point. Why are you so mopey and pouty? Be angry about something that actually makes you happy, maybe.
He just stares at you like, what?
Anger doesn't have to be bitter.
You're his big
It can be a
sister,
drive.
Sasha. Here is big sister Sasha. You realize that outside of protecting someone and being pissed off at injustice, Rage hasn't felt anything else.
Uh-huh.
They don't know how to use their anger and spite as a drive to prove someone wrong. They don't know how to do that.
Then it sounds like you should learn.
They give you a rude gesture.
She gives it back, and then an I love you sign. You haven't even tried yet. Gonna give up so easy?
There's a bite to your prosthetic.
Oh no. So scared.
Growl.
For somebody so
No.
protective, you so seem to want to hurt me. I'm not the bad guy, Sammy. You've always had an innate sense of justice, and an innate sense that someone can do better. It's not wrong to have standards, and it's not wrong to fight for them.
It's
And you're
hard.
allowed to be sad and upset and angry, but I really hope you'll learn to try. Because I'm going to keep trying, and I'd rather you be with me.
I'm not gonna leave you again.
And I'm not going to leave you. So you better keep up.
He just deflates.
She cuddles like, come on. I believe in you. What you gonna do now?
Claire.
Inky. Gonna use that anger to fight for me?
He chews on your prosthetic more. Angy.
Ink. Kisses your forehead.
Mm.
Lets you chew your prosthetic. We're siblings. You do the same for me as I do for you. So you might as well accept it.
Irritated grumbling, but you get the sense that you're winning and he's mad about it.
You can be mad about it. But wouldn't you rather fight things with me?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather try and prove the world wrong? Wouldn't that be a battle worth trying?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you love to see the looks on their faces as they lose? As you prove them wrong?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be so satisfying?
He just gnaws on your prosthetic more.
Isn't that better than giving up and letting them be satisfied? I don't want to let them win.
Fuck them.
Exactly. I would rather be happy in spite of them. And when I come across them, I want to be able to do something about it. And if that means having allies who can help me, then so be it.
Punch them in the dick.
Exactly. Right in the gonads.
And I'm mad you didn't punch him.
What was that?
Kind of mad you didn't punch him.
With what arm strength, Sammy?
He blows a raspberry at you.
Punch Sinclair? She gestures at her scarred arm and moves it like a noodle. I was 12 with no muscle, Sammy. All I had, she points at her sharp teeth, was this.
Should have gone for that instead of the neck.
Well, I was aiming for the arteries. I thought that was pretty good.
It was a good shot.
Thank you. I thought so. Tasted awful, though. Blech.
Blood gross.
Blood is gross. Like, what the hell? Humans taste bad.
There's a nod.
Siblings agree.
You
Bad.
briefly wonder, how does Sammy know this? And then you remember that no, this is the feral child that you raised.
She has no doubt that he has bit someone,
Oh yeah.
at least multiple someones, and she does not doubt, and she is proud, and she just goes, "Good job. They probably deserved it."
Mm-hmm. Also kicked several people in the gonads.
Good, good. I'm proud of you. Kisses your forehead. Just remember not to let rage make you blind, because then you end up in the same situation Sammy is now.
He blows a
Be smart about your
raspberry.
anger. Be smart about your anger.
Blows a raspberry.
Use it like a scalpel. She boops you.
Scalpel's flimsy.
Fine, use it like something that's not flimsy and doesn't get you killed.
He seems satisfied by that.
Good. Do you feel better?
Yes.
Do you feel anger at the right things? Injustice at the world? Holds your cheeks and goes blah 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 blah. Wanna be a hero with me?
He
Fight
just
stupid people.
blinks at you like.
There's plenty of powerful people in the world. Why can't we be some of them?
There's just little numbers floating above his head. Like the math is not computing.
We are only barely not kids. We have plenty of time to try to do something. We're powerful in our own way.
Fine.
I'm learning how to punch things.
Good.
Why don't you learn how to heal things? Then no one can die on you.
That doesn't work that way.
Why not?
We've tried.
Have you tried enough?
We tried really, really hard.
And you have to keep trying.
Rage doesn't heal.
Spice can sometimes. She smiles. You really think I would let you die?
Sasha.
I would try again and 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 again. She leans in close.
Sasha. Rage does not heal.
It can be a motivator.
Rage just destroys.
Then be something else.
I can't.
Why not?
He does a gesture.
That's a lame excuse.
Fuck you too.
You should give it a shot. Anger can be lots of things. And a lot of it can be justified. It's the toxic anger you gotta be careful of.
And he's angry when I'm at front. He can't do any of his special little sparkly magic. We just want to hit things to make sure the threat is dead.
You're one part of a whole. It's not your job then. You punch.
Never been separated like this.
I'm pretty sure I would have noticed if you had before.
So I don't think I can be something else.
Then be your own person. Or share what I have. You're a part of me at the moment, right?
Yeah. Just don't.
Well, then share.
Don't expect me to be Faith. Okay?
I don't.
Faith can do all of the sparkly magic and
I rather punch. Help me punch.
I can help you punch.
Help me punch.
He grabs one of her arms and like flops it. You really need to work on your strength.
I've been trying. It's difficult. But I'm not gonna give up.
Good.
Would you want me to give up?
Gosh. Will you
Would you like me
drop?
to be sad and mopey?
Will you drop it?
No. I'll move on for now, though.
He is so unimpressed. You get the feeling that he's just really annoyed at this point, and it's kind of reverted back to his default. I am angry at everything and just don't want to deal with anything. F you.
F you too, little brother. Love you lots.
You too.
Right, how about we practice?
He holds up a hand. Punch me.
Okay. Okay, alright. You remember Corey? Coriolis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's been trying to help me, so I'm gonna give it my best shot, okay?
Go ahead.
She focuses. I'm gonna go to adult Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling.
We're gonna just say that the hit connects, so just roll how much damage.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Hey Mira, I rolled anyway. I got a nat 20 plus 8.
Okay.
Because
Double
I
your
wanted
damage.
I got an 11 damage.
In total, or
Yeah.
did you double it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did I?
How did you...
How did what? It's only a 1d4 plus 4.
Okay, so how much... Before you doubled it, how much did you get?
Let me double check. Yes, yes, I see.
Because you probably shouldn't have gotten 11 if you doubled it.
Okay, let me just roll again. I think it just let me roll a d4.
Mm.
Yeah, here. I'm just gonna do it on here then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, this is a 4 plus 4. That's a
Okay.
6, that's a 12.
Okay. He kind of... You... Bam! Hit his hand solidly. And he looks surprised. And then he leans forward. Let's see how much you can do. And that's right around when you wake up.
She wakes up and she feels disappointed, and then she's like, wait a minute. And she whispers, Rach.
You get the distinct impression that there is a chin resting on your shoulder.
She looks up. Can she see him? She can see him.
Yes, and it's interesting. He's shifted again. This looks closer to a Sammy after he met Prismatone, but his hair is pulled up really tightly, kind of in like a fighter's bun, up and out of the way, like no dangling hair at all.
Hi. How you doing?
Fine. You should go wake up Coriolis.
Why?
I want to see you train.
Let them sleep a little bit longer.
He like flops off your shoulder.
She's going to cast silence on herself so that she can sneak away without waking up anybody. And she leaves and says, "Well, Ellie's very good at making things appear." So she like looks around and looks for a door and goes down a little bit and opens, and she's like, "There, Jim."
He's like squinting at everything, and he's like, I don't know how to teach you how to punch. I use
Okay,
slashy
we'll
slash.
figure it out. Okay, we'll figure it out. Don't be so stagnant. Bleh. She smiles.
Okay, fine. He like stretches, and I was like, okay, alright, fine, find a punching bag, I guess.
She gestures to the one that's in the middle of the room, like, done.
Go and punch it.
Um, she's like, "Do you want to try to help me?"
Why do you think I'm here?
She smiles. I gotta pause for just a moment. One moment.
Okay.
She smiles. I don't
I
know if Raid realizes this, but she's acting a lot more like she did when she was a kid.
I don't really. I don't think he clues in on that. He's just a little surly bundle.
Okay, cool. Um, I'm
Do
going to
you
use.
do you want to use
Uh,
the cool feature?
yeah, I do. Let's see. Bonus action when you use the attack action with unarmed strike, or that's okay. That's unarmed strike. Where's your feet? Looking. Scrolling. When your character gets strong enough that like there's too many things. Okay, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
In battle, you fight with primal ferocity. On your turn, you can enter rage as a bonus action. While raging, you gain the following benefits. If you aren't wearing heavy armor, which she is not, she has advantage on strength checks. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you gain a +2 to the damage roll. Because she's level 1 monk, her fists count as melee weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. I looked that up once upon a time. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. If you are able to cast spells, you can't cast them or concentrate on them while raging. Lol. Um, Unconscious once you use two times you must you may use this. Okay. So she's going to use that, and I think it said a +2 to the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, so she's gonna roll to hit again. That is a 26.
You definitely hit that.
And then let's just roll the damage here. 4 plus 4, so +6. That's 7. She rolled in that one.
It wobbles.
She gestures like, this is very good.
He room for improvement, but good
No,
first try.
obviously. She's like, well, I used to do nothing. Like, there used to be literally the comical, like, air, like, poof.
He concedes the point. Wanna go again?
I will do my best. And she's going to try again. That's a 21
Better.
to hit.
Definitely still
Sammy,
hits.
even if her punches aren't as strong as yours, they are very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta give her at least that.
Oh yeah, he does.
9. She's like, that's better.
He actually claps.
I feel like as she tries raging, her eyes do turn red again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Rage notices or not, and she definitely doesn't because she's not looking at her face. How would she do that?
Mm-hmm. He just kind of watches curiously. And then he just kind of shrugs. Because, like, that makes sense, I guess.
hmm I feel like you two feel a little bit more connected.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
She's like, all right, if you can influence me, then I can influence you, right? In theory.
In theory.
So take advantage of that.
You do realize when you guys try to put us all back together, it's gonna be really weird, right?
Probably. But that hasn't happened yet.
And Sammy is not going to be the same.
I mean, he'll still be my little brother.
Yeah.
I will always love him. And all of him.
Do
There's
you?
nothing he could do that would make me not love him.
There's a strange note of vulnerability as Rage just quietly goes, do you really mean that?
I swear.
Okay. Now, when you swing this way, and
She laughed.
he starts directing you on how to punch and punch good. But I will admit that I do not have the brain cells to direct how that would be.
I know a little bit. It's like a little baby bit. You want to make sure your thumb is not in your fingers, otherwise you're going to break it. So you want it on the outside. Coriolis would have taught her that. That's basic. And when you punch, you want to twist.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of you pull back, and then as you pull forward, you want to twist your wrist a little bit, like your forearm, not your wrist. Just because
Yeah,
you want to
pull
move
your
in
whole
big
weight
motions.
into it.
Yeah, kind of like I remember when I was doing shot put, you want to like use your body against it and almost push,
Mm-hmm.
because bodies are mostly water, and you want to negate the surface tension,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak.
I wiggle.
I wiggle.
Anyways, I imagine that there is a training montage of sorts as Rage teaches you how to punch and utilize themselves in this new reality that you both have found yourselves in.
She does her best to make him laugh.
There are a few points where you definitely do make him laugh. It's kind of like that furtive, aborted kind of snort. And he just kind of pauses and looks surprised, despite himself.
She beam. She gremlin.
And there's just, you get the vibe of just soft, protective affection from Rage.
And Rage gets a very similar feeling back. And
And
a lot of love.
you just get the feeling of, yeah, I think this is gonna work. And then we kind of fade off into the distance with the sound of Sasha and Rage heckling each other to the viewer.
Siblings, siblings, siblings.
Siblings. Yeah, and that's all I got for you right now.
No sinister epilogue?
I will be real with you, Katie. I do not have the brain cells for Sinister right now. A
Fair enough.
shocking turn of events.
I think she eventually goes to the kitchen and they start making sandwiches.
There is a quiet snicker of Sammy Witch.
Sandwiches. Sammy Witch? She
Sammy
smiles like,
Witch.
Sammy Witch. She's so proud of him.
Before we end, he does kind of pipe up with it. You know, there. One time I actually fronted when he got so mad that there were pickles in the Sammy Witch. Did you ever catch that?
When?
When we were little. When he accidentally put pickles on the top instead of the bottom slice, he got really mad about that.
I think I noticed every once in a while when you were more present.
He seemed satisfied with that.
She beamed. That was just Sammy, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it was you. Don't get me wrong. But you're all
we
still my
were.
brother.
I don't think you realize just how split we were, even back then.
Probably not. I was a kid too.
I mean, you wouldn't have known our entire purpose was to keep him functioning.
Yeah.
I was there to make sure that he could keep going through the anger.
Yeah.
Sorry I hurt you. When we were kids.
Honestly, I don't see it that way, but it was scary, but I was a child and I was mostly scared for you.
I shouldn't have lashed out at you, though. It wasn't right.
No one can expect you to be perfect.
Still.
Still. I don't hate you.
I don't know how you don't.
Why would I hate my brother? Do you hate me for telling you to run? You can be mad, but do you hate me?
No.
See? Emotions can be complicated.
I just. I hated that you were alone. Even if mom and dad were there for a short time with you, you were alone.
I was kept separate, yes. There's worse things.
Yes. And I'm still mad that you told us to run and it ended up that we were alone for a very long time. And that Numb had to front for so long.
I don't know if I could have done anything else. but I'm sorry that it hurt. But I don't think there was any decision.
I know. I'm still mad about it.
He was bigger, stronger, and faster than us, and we were injured.
I know. I wanted you to know. It's not that I don't hate you, it's just I'm with you now. So I don't want you to be blindsided by it.
I promised you once before, and I'll make the promise again. I will never tell you to run. Ever again.
Thank you. I'd rather fight with you than run.
I know. And it's not fair of me to ask you to run.
I'd rather face whatever is coming with you.
Same. That means you can't tell me to run either.
Would you listen?
Depends on the circumstances, but probably not.
I mean, okay, most likely if I told you to run, it would probably be because I'm running with you.
I hope. But we're siblings, and we have more in common than you think.
Yeah.
I remember. A little bit.
Do?
Yeah. I remember the fire. That's something.
Yeah. He just kind of leans against you, watching as you make food.
She's making some fluffernutters.
Heh. Nice.
Do you think Nam would like these?
Okay. I mean, it looks good.
Okay. Are you gonna be okay if I go to see Nai?
Yeah. I'll be fine.
That's cool. She takes like a stack of the fluffernutters and put it in her fridge.
As you go into the room that Nai has been quarantined to, you look up and blink because the room is slightly different than when you guys left Nai. There's rope hanging from the ceiling in kind of various positions, and you just rage snorts in your ear as Nai just sleepily stretches like a cat, completely boneless and tangled to all get out in these hanging ropes.
Nai. In a big stretch? Remember me?
Squint. Tail flick.
Want some Sammy witches?
Tilt of head, ear flitches, flick, flick.
Does smell good? It's got
Sniff.
bread.
Sniff, sniff, sniff. Gonna just, oh gosh,
She makes sure the door is secure behind her.
Good, I have to pull up Nai's sheet.
Haha.
I was not expecting to play Nai.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's on me.
I
Where are
like
you? Where are you, sir? Oh, no. Oh, there you are. Okay. your dex is a +2. 6. You see him trying to get out of the rope, and he just gets tangled further. Like, at this point, he's, like, kind of hanging upside down with, like, one leg firmly stuck. You make grabby hands.
She smiles and casts Featherfall on him. Just says, try again.
And I'm gonna just roll this again. Okay, with a 12, I'm gonna say with a 12, he's like squirms and floats down. And then skitter, skitter, skitter. Looks up at you. Blink, 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 blink.
Hands you a triangle of a fluffernutter. For those who don't know what a fluffernutter is, it is marshmallow whip and peanut butter. They're very good. She
Just
toasted them.
open mouth. Jump. Grabby hands.
Hers have a little bit of Nutella.
Grabby hands.
She hands over the plate.
Scarf, 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 scarf.
She gives sketches.
There is a happy noise, and it's just kind of rubbing up against your legs and twining around. And congratulations, you have charmed the cat of a brother.
Yeah, she recognizes Cat Brother. She's like, oh, I know this version of you.
It also makes sense because he's like, what, a few weeks old? Of course he's baby.
Yep. Of course he baby.
Rage is just squint.
She looks at you like, oh, you look a little different. Are you comfy?
Better.
Better? That's good. She kisses your forehead.
Hair flicks.
She mimics.
Tilt. Ear flick.
Tilt. Ear flick.
Squints.
Squint.
Confused.
Confused.
Rage is just cracking up over over Sasha's shoulder.
She covers her face and then reveals a silly one.
Ears flat and goes to the fire.
She giggles. She's just gonna spend the morning with him.
Good.
Trying to cheer him up and getting him used to her.
I think by the end, she definitely gets him to warm up, and by the time the rest of the party tries to find him, they find Sasha basically with a lap full of a purring nightingale.
She's very proud. She's like, haha, I won.
Did. Sister wins.
Sister
Sibling rights. Sibling rights.
Sibling
rights. And with that visual, I am going to say our camera pans off into the rising sun, and then there's the classic kind of circle in and whoop. That's the end of today's episode, folks.
Thanks, Mira. I had fun.
Fun too.
Bye.
Bye.